So if you've never seen the movie Braveheart, number one, I recommend you go watch it. But it's a movie about, stars Mel Gibson as Scottish freedom fighter William Wallace. In this case, a transformational leader. In the scene that we're about to watch, the English army has arrived in southern Scotland in order to quell a rebellion that has arisen. They are going to be met on the field by a Scottish army led by three noblemen. And then William Wallace is going to enter the scene as and be a transformational leader. So let's watch how this plays out. This is the Scottish army.
So many. I didn't come here to fight so they could own more lands, but I have to work for them.
Nor me. All right, lads! I'm not dying for these bastards! Let's go home!
So I'd like to point out here for a moment, right? So we have these followers of the Scottish nobles who are standing on the field ready to fight. When they see they are obviously outmatched, they don't understand what they are going to get out of this other than losing their lives, and they said they start to leave. What is important there is that we do see someone step up and be a leader in that moment, and people start following him off the field of battle. So the first thing here, and this isn't necessarily about transformational leadership so much as about leadership in general, is understanding that leadership can come from anywhere. And ultimately, it's about what the followers do in response to leadership that defines leadership for us. Here we see a leadership attempt now by this noble.
Stop, men! Do not flee! Wait until we've negotiated!
What an inspiring speech. It's William Wallace. Larger than life, the idealized leader arriving on scene on horseback.
William Wallace?
Can't be. Not tall enough.
So that's an important point there. That's William Wallace. Can't be, not tall enough. Right? That speaks to the idea of William Wallace as a idealized influencer, that he has been idealized in people's minds as this larger than life figure who can be a savior for us in this moment of crisis. Look at these things that they're carrying. Part of the brilliance here that William Wallace brings to this is in order to fight a cavalry, they have to have essentially pikes or long spears that they are going to use that are going to stop the horses before they can get to this light infantry force that they have. So this represents intellectual stimulation. Where they've come up with this innovative idea for how to be on this field of battle. Otherwise, the Scottish in this case would get wiped out. But because he has inspired his close followers to come up with this alternative solution and is being innovative. That's also part of what makes him a transformational leader.
The Almighty says this must be a fashionable fight. It's drawn the finest people. Where is thy salute?
For presenting yourselves on this battlefield. I give you thanks.
This is our army. To join it, you give homage.
I give homage to Scotland. And if this is your army, why does it go?
So I want to talk about that where he says, I give homage to Scotland, right? He is trying to get to this core value that we all share, right? And so in this moment of crisis, he needs to speak out to values that are shared across the organization and by all followers here. So that's why he's talking about here, not giving homage to these three noblemen, which is not a shared value among these people who are leaving, but their homage to Scotland as a national pride moment, as a way to be transformational.
We didn't come here to fight for them.
Oh! The English are too many!
Sons of Scotland, I am William Wallace.
William Wallace is 7 feet tall.
Yes, I've heard. He kills men by the hundred. And if he were here, he'd consume the English with fireballs from his eyes and bolts of lightning from his arse.
So here again we see, first of all, the idealized influence. William Wallace is this larger-than-life legendary figure of whom they have heard. And then at the same time, he provides that individualized consideration. Now, it might be a little bad example where he's kind of making fun of this kid a little bit, but he's showing that I am just like you, right? And so by being a little bit of self-deprecating here about how, oh, this legend of William Wallace that you've heard can't be all that great. Like, look at me, I'm just a regular person like you, right? It's about making that connection to the followers in order to bring that idealized influence, make them all part of that same process.
I am William Wallace. And I see a whole army of my countrymen here in defiance of tyranny. You've come to fight as free men. And free men you are. What will you do with that freedom? Will you fight?
Fight against that? No! We will run!
And we will live. Aye. Fight and you may die. Run and you'll live. At least a while. And dying in your beds many years from now, would you be willing to trade all the days from this day to that for one chance, just one chance, to come back here and tell our enemies that they may take our lives, but they'll never take our freedom!
So important ideas of transformational leadership here. Number one, we see that idealized influence, the larger than life character. We see the individualized consideration where it's, I am part of you, you are part of me, we are of the same ilk here. The inspirational motivation of giving people a vision, right? Seeing the crisis that they're in and giving them a vision of what could be the specialness and tying that to the core values that they have of freedom and fights against tyranny and being Scotsmen, right? And then the intellectual stimulation, not only the innovation of the weaponry, but also by asking them questions in order to help them to come to their own conclusions. You know, will you fight? Think about it in this different way that come in here. Now, I will add that one thing that really helps him here is being on a horse that he can barely control, having wind clearly blowing his awesome hair back from him, and then having a full Hollywood orchestra behind him all add to that idealized influence that he has in this moment. So this is when we talk about a transformational leader, this is what we are talking about being.